I've had a handful of people to ask me about the differences between the Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV show that came out on Amazon Prime in February versus the Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie from 2005. So this will be a quick explanation on the differences between the two. I won't give any spoilers apart from basic story structure and how the two stories or how the structure of the two stories differs. But before we get into that, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I drop the next review. Again, so this is Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the differences between the two, the show and the movie. Recapping the movie first, Brad Pitt and Angelina's characters, of course, John Smith, Jane Smith, they meet organically. I can't remember how they met, but they met organically, and then they decided to date, and then dating led to engagement, and engagement led to marriage. What we know is that they were both spies for competing agencies. They don't know that, though. I think she thought he was a contractor, and he thought she was in banking, maybe something like that. But by the end of the movie, of course, we find out that they are competing. Well, not by the end, but by the middle, the climax of the movie. They get sent on an op for the same target because of the fact that their agencies have discovered that they are together when they shouldn't be. You shouldn't be dating the enemy, basically. And so they get sent for the same target, and then throughout their investigation of who shot at who during that mission is how they find out that I'm dating the enemy, essentially. I'm married to the enemy. And then we get this, the rest of the movie is basically them trying to kill each other in various different ways. And then it ends with them both trying to destroy their respective agencies so that they can stay together. The show differs in the sense that Jane and John, of course, these are their code names, not their actual names, but Jane and John don't know each other. They're hired by, they have to basically both take this test, like a, I don't know if I want to say a test, or it's basically like, it's like a questionnaire more so than it is a test. They both have to do this questionnaire, and after they give this machine their respective answers, the machine links them with a counterpart who is going to be their partner for a set number of missions. And that's basically how the Mr. and Mrs. Smith show starts. Once they are paired together, again, this is their first time meeting. They have no idea who each other is, but they do know that they are both spies, which immediately is the biggest difference between the show and the movie. In the movie, they have no idea. And in the show, they know we're spies, we're assassins. Us being in a relationship is a cover for us to carry out missions. So as the show goes on, we get to kind of go on the ride with them as they figure out how to navigate being co-workers, essentially, and then also in this fake marriage. As we know, anybody with any sense knows, you spend a certain amount of time around somebody every day, all the time. Even if you don't like that person, feelings can start to develop. So that creates a certain sort of power dynamic between the two. And then we just see that play out throughout the course of the series. I happen to prefer the show to the movie. I've seen the movie 380 times. It's something that it was one of my favorite movies at one point. And I love Donald Glover. So of course, if he had a show coming out, I had to watch it. I don't know much about his co-star in the show. I actually even have trouble remembering her name, but she did an excellent job. I loved their chemistry on screen. Everything that they did together was very believable. I enjoyed it. The series for me was a 10 out of 10. But like I said, it's not just a review about the show by itself. I've had a lot of people to want to know the differences. So that's what this is all about. Just letting you guys know the differences. I do feel like it's worthy of watching. Again, it's on Amazon Prime. Just to add some extra details, It did get renewed for season 2, but the going speculation right now is that Donald Glover and his co-star, I'm so sorry to keep having to say his co-star. I do not remember her name. But the two, I think her name's Maya. I think her actual first name is Maya. I don't remember her last name. But they're not supposed to return. As of now, as we know, anything can change in the film and TV world. Things change all the time. I know that Donald Glover has several other projects that he's working on right now and that will be coming soon. So that could be a large part or a large reason for why he may not be returning to the series. Based on how the series was done, it's in a way to where it wouldn't be a problem if they brought it back with a different John and Jane Smith duo. I wouldn't have a problem with that. So I would still watch it. It was a good enough show to where it deserves for season 2 to be seen. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Again, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can know when I drop the next ones. See you next time.